Well, today on this video I'll be reloading 5.56223 using the Lee dies that I had from my previous progressive loader. I'm just going to go through this and show you a few tricks that I learned on using this machine for adjustments. So when you have a double case feed on this feeder here, the adjustments I make for it is I loosen this plunger that plunges up to push this case feeder across. If it's double feeding, I usually untighten this and screw it up just a hair so it's not quite pushing up so far on this. That way it doesn't feed two cases. Just a hair, not very much, and then you tighten it down and go through it. I think sometimes the cases will double feed anyway if they're a different kind of brand or two different brands in there, and so they'll double feed. But that's, for the most part, that's what the adjustment I make to keep it from double feeding. You can also adjust the gap between the small case adapter on top and the gap of this feeder tube. And sometimes you can adjust that to help with the double feeding also. So I'll run a few cases through it to show you what I mean, how it's shouldn't double feed, but you never know. That's double feeding again. So we'll just take that one out. So these are the bullets I made this morning, about 300 here. Yesterday I did about 1,000. So when the machine's running good, it's just a matter of putting the bullet in and pulling the handle. And if you notice on the handle, it's the one I made. Otherwise it would cost you $60 to buy this handle, but it cost me 10 bucks just for the metal and to bend it and weld it. Now I'll give a close-up look on that. A lot more convenient than the straight handle, and it only costs 10 bucks if you One thing I'm very careful about is when I lube the shell plate, don't put too much lubrication on the shell plate, because when you have a minor powder spill, it will build up and then cause the shell plate not to function correctly and turn. And so you always use minimum amount of lubrication so the powder doesn't stick to the shell plate. And I use a blower to blow it out every once in a while. All the loose, if you get any loose powder, you can blow it out with air. That is if you don't use too much lubrication on the shell plate. And you can cause it, and it will function a lot longer before you actually have to clean the thing. I just ran out of primers just now, so I got a couple that are missing the primers. So I got a powder spill, but I'll just blow it out, put new primers in it. And set to go again. After I've finished loading this rifle ammunition, I will set the machine up using Lee dies for .40 caliber pistol. I have never set this machine up for loading pistol ammunition before, let alone using Lee dies. So it should be an interesting video, and we'll learn together. Also, I don't have the bullet feeder for pistols, so I'm going to use the bullet feeder die that Hornady makes with the Lee bullet feeder addition on top of it. We'll get into that more as I start to set this machine up. So stay tuned, and it should be maybe out in the next week. We'll see. And if you're interested in these videos, please subscribe and maybe make suggestions of what you'd like to see. Thank you.